Hello, I'm Stephen Burns, and it's a great honor to be teaching Going Beyond the Camera for PhotoCon Hawaii. Now, this is going to be a 4-week class that's going to teach you going beyond the still photograph that your camera produces and to create a whole new vision of your choosing. You probably have a bunch of non-award winning images just sitting in storage. What can you do with them? Let me share with you some of mine, and this is one of them. This next one I took in Death Valley. And the next one after this, I photographed out on the west coast of Santa Barbara. Now, what can we do with these? Let's use our imagination. All right, we're bringing a little bit of a sky. Not bad. Okay, I kind of like where that's going. Let's throw in something from Death Valley. What could that be? Possible background. All right, let's add in something else. Another possible background to add some dimension to the piece. Now, how about if we start to isolate those rocks in the foreground? That's going to be our primary point of focus. Let's give it some atmospheric haze as well as some shading in the foreground. And let's go ahead and add more haze to actually increase that sense of depth back there. All right, now that's how about we start giving some shading to reflect the direction of light. Okay, not bad. Now let's add some nice coloration to it. And now let's add more lighting that's going to hit right on top of those rocks there. And for the last step, let's add some color alteration that's really going to make the piece dynamic. All right, so in this class, we are going to learn a lot about what the possibilities are for our particular images. So all those images you have sitting around that you thought were never award winning, well, you know what? Maybe we can pull it together and create something unique that will be award winning. So this is a 4-week class, virtual class with me in person, starting July 18th, ending August 8th. I hope to see you all there. I'm Stephen Burns. Enjoy. So you have a storage box full of non-award-winning images going nowhere. Let me share some of mine. Here's one I'm looking at now, taken up in Vancouver, Canada. Yet another taken out in the Death Valley region. And one more I'm going to share with you taken off the Santa Barbara coast. What can we do with these? Let's see. Let's throw the sky in there real quick. Let's see what that does. That's kind of interesting. Let's grab one of the Death Valley. There we go. Let's throw that on in there. And let's add a little more depth to the background. Okay, not bad. Now let's isolate the rocks in the foreground so that becomes our primary point of focus. Okay, now let's start adding some depth to this. Adding some atmospheric haze and some shadow in the foreground. Now haze in the background to give us that atmospheric depth we talked about. Now let's add in shading to reflect the direction of light. Now let's start adding in some coloration to it to pull it all together. Now light direction, there we are, and probably one more little technique of adding some color to this. All right, that's what you're going to learn in my class, Going Beyond the Camera. This is going to be a